Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to give you a full update on the severe weather, hurricane outlook, as well as a look at the temperatures and the temperature forecast for the mainland. So yeah, let's get right into it. So we are back, and last video I was talking about the hurricane, tropics look, there's some big time severe weather, but now, and a forecast for the nation. But now I'm going to give you a temperature forecast. Last time I gave you more of a precipitation forecast. This time it's going to be temperature forecast because there are a couple things that are catching my eye. So this is starting today, this morning, and you can see we have cooler air in the north central U.S., heat in the eastern U.S., and kind of mixed in the west. Now, Pacific Northwest is very, very hot. However, down here it's more warmer. However, in the valleys and mountainous terrain, it's a little cooler in the mountainous terrain. So that's how it is in the west. But really pay attention to this cool shot, as the east has really been dealing with very hot conditions. I mean, record heat, hundreds all the way up into Washington D.C., Philadelphia, and it's been very hot. So finally some relief is looking to come. So as we continue this through, you see that this cooler air is eventually going to start diving down. Here, I'll use a different marker. It'll start diving down generally in this direction. Overall, start spreading southward. And so that heat that we saw in the east is now getting replaced by much cooler, and the white is mainly just average temperatures. So much cooler, average temperatures for much of the eastern two-thirds. However, the west still deals with some heat and some cooler areas. So we continue this. That cold air actually lingers for quite a bit. Now we do see some heat trying to be fetched up from the oceans. However, it stays mainly like average. If it is heat, it's very slightly above average. Some cooler temperatures. Overall, stays right around average. Not as much as, like now. So much more cooler now. We do see that we'll get some ocean effect, cooler temperatures on the Pacific Northwest, but I mean we still have some very hot conditions for much of the west. Now, this is starting to get far out, and this model run is actually kind of new, so we're just going to take it out till the end of this. We see that the same colder air, it does weaken, but we still see just cooler and average temperatures. No real big heat in the central U.S. However, the east, it looks like heat really tries to get back in, mainly for the northeast. So, and then the cooler temperatures kind of spread west, and the Pacific Northwest is by July 27th. So next weekend, I would be saying, or next week or so. Next weekend, we see much cooler temperatures in the Pacific Northwest we see cooler temperatures replacing that heat. So I'm just going to take it out here because if I go farther, then I'll get inaccurate. But yeah. Now getting on to the severe weather, we have a slight risk currently up for the eastern seaboard and a slight risk for some areas of Colorado, Kansas, and areas of Nebraska. Now, getting really into this, we're going to see the hail threat. We didn't actually have any hail threat over here, but we just got an introduction to a 5% hail threat for many areas along the I-95. It looks like Philly, NYC right in there, Hartford, Worcester, overall right in this little area of the I-95 corridor. So 5% hail threat and then a 15% out west. But the main threat right now is going to be the wind. A big 15% all along the I-95 and eastern seaboard, and then a larger 5% stretching all the way from central Maine all the way towards central Tennessee, and another 5% and 15% wind threat for areas out in the west. For areas such as, again, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, etc. So that's that. That's today's. Tomorrow we see more just marginal risks along the Carolinas and a little area of Nebraska, Colorado, Wyoming. Mainly no tornado threat, but wind threat and hail threat are some of the main threats. Now, lastly, getting into the day 3, just a little marginal risk up for Nebraska, South Dakota, and areas of Colorado and Wyoming, as well as Kansas. So, and even a little area of Montana. So, that's your next 3 days. Now, going from 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, it doesn't look like anything much. Yep, days 4 through 8, no big severe weather to come. Lastly, going to get into the hurricane outlook, tropical weather outlook. And right now we're in the Atlantic, so nothing is really expected in the next 7 days. However, getting into the Eastern Pacific, I've been talking about this little system. It was code orange yesterday in yesterday's video, which means it was 40% chance of developing. Now they have lowered it to 30%, so this tells me that this may be entering less favorable conditions. Some development is still possible, but this may be over for this system. However, it looks like a new area of interest is yet to come. Next 48 hours, 0%. Next 7 days, low 20%. So something to watch for the Eastern Pacific. And then the Central Pacific, we see that same little area of interest kind of trekking its way up to the north and west. So there's your forecast on temperatures, severe outlook, and tropics. And I hope you enjoyed. I'll be right back with you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.